welcome to episode number 33 of Move by Move series, where I play rapid games and explain you my thinking process. Last 3 episodes have been rough. 2 losses, 1 draw, but we are not stopping here. Let's find our opponent for today's episode. Okay, we found our opponent. We're playing an opponent from Brazil. You know, I'm checking where the account was created just to make sure, because in last 2 episodes we've been playing guys who created accounts like months ago only. Play Sicilian defense. Francis Koch, let's go. Knight of defense. C takes d4, knight d4, main line. There are a lot of ways to play against Sicilian defense, but I think this main line usually gets you the best play. So he goes a6, and once again there are so many options. You can go bishop e2, you can go bishop e3, you can go f4, you can go a4, you can even go rook g1 with the g4 idea, but I'll play h3, the main weapon that I've been using for years. And after e5, if you check my recent recaps, not recent recaps, but the recaps of Canadian Closed Chess Championship, which I played in the month of April, I played knight f3 in all of my games. But most of the time I get my knight back to e2 with the idea that g4 is coming, and then I'm trying to take some space on the king side. He might do a lot of things here as well. h5 is the main move. There is also b5 ideas, there is bishop e6 immediately, but I would honestly play h5 just to prevent g4 from happening on the board. And from then on, it just I play bishop g5, bishop f6, it's a forced play. He goes knight c6. Knight c6 is not main move. I don't really like this move, because now I can take up some space on the king side by playing g4. And in some lines g5 is the idea, and get the d5 square under my control. So bishop e7 is one option. I'll go bishop g2. h6 is, yes, h6 makes sense just to make sure I never go g5, and now he goes g5 himself. I'll go bishop e3. My idea is to play a4, a5, and try to get the bishop to b6. I actually haven't seen this in a lot of games. g5, yes, there is this line, but I just don't think it's the best one to against this system specifically. Knight goes to f5, and now I go e takes f5, and this beautiful d5 square is now very, very sweet. So king d2, castle, and knight d5 is my next plan, and then we're trying to get to this d6 pawn slowly, and maybe even attack this g5 pawn, because I don't think he'll go long side. I don't think it's a possibility, even though yes, it might be a possibility, but I just don't think it's a good one. Because castle, and I go king d2, and my idea to put not only my knight to d5, but also, yeah, let's go king d2. I'm not sure if castle is an option, because then I go knight d5, threatening knight b6. So if he takes, he has a lot of problems with this pawn on f7. And if he goes f6, there will be bishop e6 winning a queen. So I'm already feeling very good about my chances in this game. Knight d5 is coming next. Knight a4 is one of the options too, just to get some forks on b6 square. Generally b6 is extremely weak too. Now it goes this way. Let's go knight d5. Or h4. No, let's go knight d5, because knight d5 seems more natural. And now bishop d5. f6 is not an option. h4 is a serious threat. You can't really go knight b4 or knight a5, and h4 is coming up next. He might actually go something like king g7, but I think h4 is something that he should really worry about, and I might even go for long castle. Long castle, and then slowly try to get something going on d file. Yes, exciting position, goes e4, sacrificing a pawn. That's interesting. So if I take on e4, what's gonna happen? Because knight e5, okay, knight e5, I go queen d5. And once again, I kind of don't understand the idea, because let's say rook c8, I go b3. And then I myself might consider going for short castle, because all these pawns are quite safe. So yeah, rook c8, I just go b3, and I'm not sure if queen c7, I might just go castle. And there will be a strong attack. There will be a strong attack here as well. c4 next. b3, c4 actually looks nice, just to make sure he doesn't have any active resources. Bishop f6. Might consider going for long castle, but I think short castle now is priority, just because I think it will feel safe. And he can't really attack me. Yeah, goes this way. I think short castle is something that I should play. And then now b3, c4 is a very good idea. Because let's say rook goes to c8, just b3. If queen goes somewhere, c4. Yeah, it's completely winning position. I just gotta play careful and hope that we can win this one and cross 23-10. And hopefully some of the guys that I played in recent episodes get banned, so we might actually get a lot more rating points. He's actually offering me queen a8 move. You know what, I might think of it, because that seems like a nice idea. But what if I play simple f4 and then bishop f4? F4 seems very, very strong. f4 takes, attacking the pawn h6. And also the idea is to play f6, of course, and then take. I might just destroy him here. Queen a8 seems very nice too. I shouldn't worry about stuff here, actually. Because this looks so winning. But maybe a4? a4 seems good too. Just to attack the pawn on b5. And also this can't take because queen a5. But queen a8, yes, this is definitely something I should think about. Now he takes b5 as a threat. He can go queen c3, yes. That's what I was thinking, maybe a takes b5. I'm trying to think. Because this is now still under attack. I can't obviously go bishop d4 due to queen h3, so that's his only trick, but I would not allow it. And now if a5, I just start pushing my pawn. And then, why not consider taking this way? But yeah, b6, maybe queen d2, queen d4. Pretty much every move wins. Queen d4 I think is just more precise. Just to get to the endgame, then play c4. It's all over. For black pieces, pawn goes to b6. That will be finally some good game, some good quality game. Because in episode 30 and 31, I think I played like 70 game accuracy in both games, so it was disastrous. Yeah, goes a5. And now I'm seriously thinking of queen a8 takes, then b6. He might stop the pawns though. Maybe that's why. Queen d4 is something that I might consider, but let's go b6. Because queen d4, I mean, he can just go back probably. Because if I take, there is knight f3-4 constantly. So let's go b6. I'm trying to get my pawn to b7. Otherwise, there are not too many choices. There are not too many moves. f6 is something that can be played too, because then queen d6 is coming. But yeah, b7, queen a5, and the game should be over. I just don't think it's something that... Wait, queen a8 takes... b7. Yeah, I just don't know like how he even tries to make it work for him. f6, queen d6. The point is I might just go simple rook a4 and his pieces are still not moving. Like that's one of the ideas. Like he just can't do anything. Like rook a4. Rook a6 though. There are still some tricks. Maybe take. Yeah, let's just take. I just don't think it's lost for me. I mean, it shouldn't be lost. I should easily win this game. Like, I still gotta be careful with all this light squares and all these attacks like h5. But now I also got this pawn. So this should be good. Bishop d7, yeah, goes this way. I think bishop d5 just makes it easy for me. Just trying not to blunder a lot of stuff, because b7 I kind of lock my bishop. Bishop d5 looks just strong. If takes, bishop g2. Yeah, knight b6, something that I probably blundered. Takes, queen h3. Rook a4. Maybe not, because I have this takes, queen h3, I have rook a4 and bishop g2. And this should be good for me. Like, yeah, he takes the pawn on h3, but I still got a lot of pieces. He has a weakness on f7, so that's kind of compensated. Oh, what might be the ideas here? Like b7 is straight up the best chance I've got. Let's go bishop. Yeah, he's got some ideas for sure. Let's go c4. Yeah, because if bishop g2, I don't want to deal with d5, bishop d6. Because I too many chances allowed. Bishop d8, rook a5. The idea is simple. If takes bishop f7, I take on e5 up in exchange. And now he has to think of how he will get something going on this diagonal, because I don't think there are too many ways. There are no ways. Like h5, I just go rook a5 next, and then check. Yeah, it's a win. That's gotta be a win. I just don't see any chances. The only one I can see is just, yeah, this, but I can just take, no. So bishop c5, of course I'm not taking it, because I don't want to risk my game here. And now the idea is simply check. b7 takes, and then I'll slowly run from all the checkmates. There is no threats whatsoever. It is a win, guys. It's finally a good hard working win. Rook 8, and now let's see what he does. Because I think what happens is queen a8, I might take, and then go b7. The problem for him is I just go rook a1, rook e8, and there is no way to do perpetual checks because my bishop controls everything on this long diagonal, and there are just no chances whatsoever. Or queen a8, I might go bishop c5 takes and then b7. And then what happens is, of course, there is a huge pin. Bishop c7 is not an option. It is a win. Ooh. Ooh. We stay 2300. Ooh. Let's go. Yes, goes this way. I think bishop c5 and b7 wins momentarily. So let's just play this and b7. There is a pin, b8 is a threat. Let's go. I think we're awaiting resignation here, because there is no way to now play for a win. Yes, goes this way, bishop d4 check. And what's coming next? Nothing coming next, because it is a win. Before b5, b6, yeah, goes this way. Maybe rook c8. And then trying to take on c7 and go bishop a7, b8. Look at my dominating position. Yes, it's a win. Let's get to the analysis tab. Okay, I honestly thought I played a perfect game. Apparently I didn't. The accuracy wasn't as high, only 87, but let's get to the analysis. So e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4 takes, knight c3, a6. So as I said, there are so many ways to play against Snyder's system that you can play whatever you want. Bishop g5 is one of the sharpest line, bishop e2 is one of the calmest, bishop e3 is good as well, but yeah, h3 is something that my coach suggested me many years ago, and I decided not to change it because I know a lot of theory there. e5, knight e2, knight c6 is not the main move. As I said during the game, there is line h5, which is kind of forced in a way. Now bishop g5, bishop e6, takes, knight d5. I have a lot of over the board chess games in this line. Knight c3, g6, bishop c4, bishop h6, castle, knight d7, queen d3, not knight d7, knight d6, king d3, I think castle, rook d1, rook c8, and just a long theory. Bishop b3, knight d4, knight d2, takes, and what is played, I remember playing this in multiple over the board chess games, and there were a couple of draws, there were a couple of losses, but yeah, black got a very comfortable play on b file, and in general, two bishops versus two knights is good. So knight c6 was played, g4, h6, bishop g2, g5. g5 wasn't played in any of the games, and computer thinks it's a mistake. So in the Olympiad in 1998, I'm not sure if that's a grandmaster with white pieces, but his rating is 2485. So in this game he was playing against 2170 opponent, and let's see what happened. g5, kind of same maneuver, right knight g3, knight a5, queen e2, rook d1, knight c4, bishop c1, b5, castle, b4, knight d5, took the control over d5. Now bishop d7, b3, knight b6, a4, a5, bishop e3, bishop c8, queen b5 check, knight d7. Now knight walked all the way up to f5, and the position becomes very tough for black pieces. c3, trying to open files, and now queen sacrifice, takes, b5. Look at this pawns: a4, b5, c6, and potentially d7. Beautiful pawn chain. Knight c5 takes, c7, bishop c6, has to sacrifice a queen, otherwise it's a checkmate, and here black resigned. So yes, as you might see, we kind of have the same pattern. We both sacrifice the queen in our games. Bishop e3, bishop e6, knight g3, bishop e7, and this position is completely lost for black strategically. Knight d5 was best, knight f5 I thought it's good as well, bishop f5 takes, and now this d5 square is just insanely weak. Queen d7, queen d2, castle, knight d5, takes. Yes, and as I said, h4 here was the best, but I was worried about knight f5, knight f3 ideas, and also knight g4, so I was like, okay, I'll just take. Knight f5, queen d5, queen a4, castle. b5, b3, queen a5, a4 is best. Queen c3, a takes b5, now he has to create counterplay by playing h5, he didn't do it. a5, b6, rook f b8, and now I took. b7 was slightly more precise, and then rook a4, but I guess that's fine. What if, yeah, b7, rook a6, rook a4. And then I believe even rook a1 and rook a5 is one of the ideas, just to simply take a pawn. Queen a8, takes, and the position is still completely winning. Bishop d5 here, honestly thought maybe takes, but after queen h3 I thought, okay, rook a4, I go bishop g2 next. He doesn't take here, it's a win. Queen f5, c4, just to make sure if I go bishop g2, there is some d5, and suddenly I have to worry about bishop d6 and queen h2. Still nothing dangerous, because queen h2, and then there are no checks. c4, knight c5, rook a5, bishop d8, and now of course just rook a8, pinning this bishop. Queen a7 takes, king g7. So here, just to show you what could have happened, is just b7, and there is nothing that black can do. They cannot stop the pawn on b7. Still happened, bishop d4, f6, and now rook c8, he simply resigned. Rook c7, bishop a7 is a threat, let's say king h7. I just plan to go this way, this, and bishop a7, and pawn will be promoted on the next move. It is a win. 23-11. That's good. That's where we started 4 episodes ago, but yeah, the games are not going our way. Still, you know, playing some chess, playing good chess. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next episode next time. Bye bye.